But so when did it get weird in Bali? I enrolled in a STEP program that basically informs you of, how many flights there are per day and things like that. The STEP program is basically something you can sign up through the U.S. Embassy to let them know that you're traveling, especially during crisis mode. It's important because if they do need to get you out of there, they know where you are. And then I get daily emails like telling me like what the current state is here, which was obviously adding to the kind of general pressure. But I mean, a big part of what I will say is like my last roommates were much more neurotic and like really stressed. I really felt that, um, and which was really overwhelming. The lack of control here, it's like it just wasn't really a good environment to be in. And then the other thing is just feeling the way of everyone in New York because that's kind of where I've spent, most of the last 7 years. So feeling that and feeling that intensity, I felt that's kind of where a lot of the pressure was coming from. Here, I mean, we have to show like a permit to the Banjar when we come in to let them know that we live here. They spray our hands with chemicals. It's really bizarre. And like they used to spray our like tires. It's just like very interesting how they're handling things. They're like, yeah, this is gonna help. It's like, okay. So when we like get into different villages that like spray you down, it's really weird. So that's a change. There's a lot of restaurants that have closed and have just moved to takeout. There's a lot of like cafes that have closed, stores that have closed, but not all of them are closed. Like you can sit at a restaurant right now.
Hmm.
And
Was it ever fully closed?
not fully. It's never been fully closed, and things are actually starting to open back up now. Because the border is closed, they feel a lot more confident in doing that. They're supposed to start opening up the spas in like a week. Um, a lot of the nicer restaurants are opening back up. Um, so that's been interesting. I think what's really sad about here is like the island runs on 80% tourism. Is like it says basically all of their finances. And without tourism, like the odds of these businesses being able to survive, like is kind of scary. So I know for me, I'm like, anytime I go out, I'm trying to like spend even a little bit of money to like try to participate in whatever is still going. And I try to tip people a lot and do things like that because, you know, it is a scary idea of like what can happen to Bali. That being said, I think that there's going to be a really interesting influx of people as soon as the border opens up here because all like so many of my friends in New York are like, I need to get the fuck out of here. They're like, they realize that the culture is gone and the restaurants are gone and the parties are gone and that's the reason you live in New York. And when those things are not there, there's like really no reason to be there. And everyone is kind of feeling this like really strong pull to being in a place that has more nature and has more open space and is just more comfortable to live. And obviously it's still really cold there. It's different than Colorado where there's like sun and you want to like you can enjoy it and it's like it feels pretty springy like most of the time. And then like it has these odd freezing days, And so, yeah, I'm really curious to see what happens when this border opens. I think that there's going to be a lot of people that are going to want to come to places like this that just offer such a high quality of life.
What is it like being, and I get that, who the hell knows when that will happen? I mean, this is the longest I've ever lived in a place in the last 2.5 years right now. And I'm looking at where you are and I'm like, but you literally can't. You can't go anywhere. I mean, what does it feel? And I've talked to people that are stuck in places or was talking to a woman yesterday who lives in Shanghai and she literally lives there. And she has for almost 4 years. She's getting treated really weird. I mean, do you feel different or weird or what is it like being a foreigner right now?
Um, I
I
mean, we're
wouldn't
up.
call you a tourist. Like you're living there and for a while.
Yeah, I mean, I think that a couple of things I would say we're definitely up against more scrutiny. Like as I'm riding around and I'm going towards the house, like because the beaches are closed, like I always get more shit than probably a local does. But it's usually easily dealt with a short conversation. Um, so there's that. And I mean, I'll say this, like if I was living in like Jakarta and Java, I would feel unsafe. I would be way more concerned. There's the Balinese people are just like wonderful human beings. Like I feel so safe around them, and I feel so there's just so much love in like the Hindu culture. It's so beautiful that if I was in a place that, you know, like there was these kinds of things that we were thinking about when we were in the other place. We were in Ubud, we talked about this. It's like, you know, if shit hits the fan, if supply chain is completely fucked, who do they go after? Like the rich people. Like that's what I would do at least. If it was me, if I was hungry, I would go after the rich people. I would want their food. Like that's like the logical thing to do, you know? And us looking like the rich people in these like, crazy mansions, even though we're paying a small fraction of the cost, it looks like there was some concern about that. Like, would we be a target if things are really going south? But honestly, like these are all things that we thought about. We were like, if like coronavirus could get really bad here, like maybe it's just delayed, all of these things could have happened. And there's like really, I haven't seen any signs of them happening yet. Like not even like an inkling of like a crazy kind of spurt of something or, it feels like very mellow here, which is really interesting. And it's been kind of, I feel like I've gone through like like waves of guilt actually for being here and feeling a lot of discomfort with like how hard it is for me to even fully relate to like my friends in the States, um, and my friends in Europe. I just like I want to be as supportive as possible, and I also like have gone through my own emotional journey, losing all of my work and things like that, and that hasn't been easy necessarily. Um, and there's been times when I've just felt kind of sad about sad and feeling guilty about feeling bad, and not being able to like allow myself to feel shitty, even though because I feel like I'm in paradise, like it's like I should be just enjoying myself. But like in reality, it's like I'm also feeling a lot of the collective density. So I mean, I think that like as far as just like the weirdness, like it mostly comes from the external. It doesn't really live here necessarily. Um,
I mean, Jade, it's